Good afternoon everyone, and welcome to the Women's Health and Fitness Hangout. I'm Kathleen Shabazz from Kathleen Shabazz Fitness and Nutrition. So let me tell you about the Women's Health and Fitness Hangout. This was a podcast I started a few months ago. I thought, great idea, I'm going to do a podcast. It sounded fun at the time, sounded something that I wanted to do, but the reality turned out to be rather different, and I got bored very quickly just sitting on my couch talking about something, talking about obviously interesting topics, but it wasn't the most exciting format for me. So I put it on the back burner for a few weeks, got thinking, well, what do I want to do with this concept? And I've decided to revive the Women's Health and Fitness Hangout as a live session every Tuesday at 12 o'clock, right on here. The idea being, I'll talk about some aspect of fitness, women's health, nutrition, fat loss, any topic that might interest women out there, and there's plenty of them around. So it will also give you the chance to ask me any questions, so it'll be like a Q&A session as well. You can ask me on any topics related to your health, fitness and well-being, and I'll do my best to answer them. If I don't have an answer, I'll do the research to find out, because I'm not just going to tell you anything if I don't have the information to hand. So today I'm just going to talk a bit about abdominal training, just to kick this off. This is a topic that comes up all the time with my clients. I mean, I've been in the fitness industry now for nearly 25 years in one way or another. I've trained loads of women, and one topic that always comes up is abdominal training. There's so many myths associated with it. And I've noticed as well, we do some live trial classes on Facebook, and the most popular ones by far are ones involving abdominal training. Okay, old school aerobics, legs, bums and tums, they're very popular too, as is the stability ball, which I'm sitting on right now. So I think really women everywhere, we are conscious of our abdominal area, we do like to train it, and ab classes are always popular. So let's just talk about this for say the next 5-10 minutes. So back in the day when I came into the industry, the only way anyone trained their abdominal muscles, the only way to train your abs was by doing sit-ups. Sit-ups ruled the world in abdominal training. Variations in sit-ups, you might have an oblique crunch, you might have a crunch, you might have pulses, might change your arm lines, you might change your leg position, but at the end of the day it was all about the abdominal crunch. And we even had these machines, I don't know if anyone remembers these devices, these ab trainer machines or ab curl machines. They were in gyms everywhere back in the day, everyone used them, and as if it would somehow miraculously transform your abdominal muscles. But the crunch was king, no doubt about it. We didn't really do anything else. We might do a few token back extensions, just to work our back for a few minutes. But really it was all about working the straight abdominal muscle predominantly, the big kind of superficial muscles in our torso, which was all well and good, but thankfully things have evolved, and then functional training became fashionable probably about 10 years ago, maybe a bit further back than that. So functional training was all about really training our core, and the word core came to be used a lot more, which covered not just our abs but also our back as well. And functional training, basically working our abdominals in ways that were more kind of useful to us in everyday life, and they kind of mimicked the actions that we take in everyday life, which does make a bit more sense than just kind of lying on your back doing this, because how often do we spend doing this. Well, I certainly don't spend any time lying on my back crunching my abdominals. So functional training came in. We had all the standing work, you know, we had all this sort of thing, all the rotations, which I do quite a lot. If you come to any of my online classes, or if you've been to any of my live classes before the virus came along, you'll know that I'm quite fond of functional training. So that was kind of how ab training evolved. And it doesn't mean we shouldn't do any type of crunching exercise. It just means it's not the only way, nor probably the best way to train your abdominal muscles. Especially if anyone has neck problems, shoulder problems, they also end up kind of pulling on your neck rather than working your abdominal muscles. So yes, ab training very popular. And this week I'm working on midsection meltdown, great name. Mainly core focused workouts involving a bit of standing functional work, involving some floor exercises and also some fitness Pilates exercises, because Pilates is a great way to engage your core muscles. You're thinking of working deeper into your core, because your sit-ups just tend to focus on the superficial muscles. So that's all very well, you know, training our abdominal muscles. And the question I get asked, which is really what I'm coming to here, I've been asked by so many women over the years, if I do X number of crunches, abdominal exercises, will they help me to lose my belly fat? This is the question. It used to be if you did hundreds of crunches, it was believed that you would miraculously lose your belly fat. Now, the only way to lose body fat in general, to lose excess body fat, the basic principle is a calorie deficit. There's kind of no way around that. And yes, other factors can be involved. You know, I'm not just saying it's just only a calorie deficit and other things don't matter. They do, but that's the underlying principle. So if you want to lose fat from your belly or indeed elsewhere from your body, basically taking in less calories in your food and kind of doing more exercise, doing more everyday activity is the only way to go. And you will lose some fat from your belly eventually. You'll lose it from other places as well. You can't actually spot reduce fat from any particular area, despite what some people might tell you. It just doesn't happen. So if you want to lose fat from your belly, calorie deficit, how you create it is up to you. It depends on your food preferences, your lifestyle, how much you exercise, kind of daily activity levels. But if you do create that calorie deficit over time, your body fat will reduce, it will. And obviously doing the abdominal training, it will kind of hone your abdominal muscles. It will give you a bit of definition, but if your muscles are covered by some body fat, you won't be able to see the definition, but your abdominal muscles will certainly be there. And if you reduce your body fat, you will eventually see some type of definition. I'm not saying you'll get a six-pack, that's a different story altogether. And certainly for women in general, you know, we can see a bit of definition without going to extremes. But yes, so calorie deficit's the way to go to lose body fat. And if you want to kind of tone up and define your abdominal muscles a bit more, doing a variety of exercises is the way to go. Not just one exercise like the crunch, but do lots of functional, some kind of good old abs blast exercises, some Pilates, and just generally keeping active and doing all types of workout. You know, variety is key. And yes, abdominals, it's the area we all focus on. We all, as women, we all tend to focus on our perceived bad points. You know, we all kind of look in the mirror and think, oh yeah, hone in on the areas we don't like rather than appreciating the areas we do like. But that's another story, that's another topic altogether. But bottom line is, for abdominal training, doing a variety of exercises. Can be standing, floor, functional work, can be old school, just a mixture of both. Also, if you want to lose belly fat, calorie deficit, so you need to reduce your calories. Doesn't have to be extreme, you know, cutting down about maybe 10-15% of your daily calories, and over time you will lose body fat, including fat from your abdominal area. Although that's sometimes the last to go, it has to be said, but it does go eventually. Persistence and perseverance. Okay, so thank you for listening in. I probably waffled on a bit there about abdominal training, but I'm just going to be honing in on areas that clients in the past have asked me about. So if you've got any questions on training, nutrition, weight loss, body fat loss, any aspects of like sports injury as well. My background is sports science and sports therapy, so if you have any questions, just put them to me. Even if you're not here, you know, for the live sessions, you can comment and I will get back to you. So I'm going to be here every Tuesday at 12 noon, and feel free to ask any questions you like on women's health, nutrition and fitness. So I'm Kathleen Shabazz from Kathleen Shabazz Fitness and Nutrition, and hope you will put some questions my way soon. Bye!